Good morning, everybody. Welcome
We're
back.
back.
We are back. We apologize about that. We had our microphone just was not connecting with the USB port. We could not get our mic to go live. So, uh,
Well, I had to do a little hacking
yeah,
there, but we got it going. We got it
reset
fixed
it to
back up.
defaults. So that's all we had to do. But anyways, we apologize that we weren't live earlier. But we thought this would be a really fitting the topic for this week because
Absolutely.
I'm sure many of you guys already see as you're driving around. You see like the ice forming on the sides of the buildings, and I
Yeah.
don't think a lot of people realize to what extent is actually really going on underneath that.
Yeah, I think a lot of people see that and you think, oh wow, those are some big icicles, but you're
Yeah,
not thinking about what's happening above those icicles.
yeah,
And that's our topic for the week is ice dams.
yeah, and it's just one of those things you don't realize how serious it can be, and I think it's because of and we're going to see this more in the future with the
Absolutely.
global warming, is you got the constant thawing and refreezing, and the heat from and I'm going to show you guys a video here in a moment, but typically from the heat coming up to the central part of the home. As it's melting down, you're not going to have that type of heat on the outside of the home. At the furthest edge
Yep.
is where you're going to see these types of things build up.
Yeah, we all know heat rises, simple thermodynamics.
Yep.
If the insulation up in your attic may be a little thin in some places, you may not have venting properly up
Yep.
there.
Yep.
It's going to melt the snow on top of the roof.
Yep.
It starts to melt, works its way down, gets to the cold eaves by your gutters. Overnight freezes, makes a block.
Yep.
During the day, more snow melts.
Yep.
Water doesn't have anywhere to go down. And to paraphrase Jeff Goldblum from Jurassic Park, water finds a way. It will make its way into the shingles, into the roof, into your attic,
Yeah.
and through your insulation. So it is a little bit nasty, but we want to show you guys just a brief video that describes the situation and some of the ways that you can prevent or at least mitigate the
Yeah.
amount of damage that.
Yep. I'm just pulling it up here for you guys. All right. And as you guys can see, there's oh, we still have a little bit of audio. Apologize. We're not in Indianapolis. We're in Buffalo.
Technology.
Yeah. Uh, but I think fair to say it would be worthy to invest in a roof rake.
Absolutely. We do
Um,
have a couple of tips for you guys if you're dealing with this or you haven't yet, but you want to get ahead of it. A few things, get some nylon stockings and fill it up with ice melt
mhm.
and put those in your gutters. That will help prevent some of that ice freezing. An additional you have the option to get roof heating cables installed. Probably want to go through a roofer for that. In addition, check your attic ventilation.
Just quick question: Is that
Yeah,
I wonder, is that pretty expensive to have like some sort of heating apparatus up there? Or?
you can buy your own. They're not
Yeah.
super expensive. I think a couple $100
Oh,
for a
right.
few feet to get
Yeah.
them up there, coil up, and heat some of that stuff. But definitely check with your roofers.
Sure.
Check the ventilation in your attic. Make sure you have roof and soffit vents if needed. Definitely get a snow rake to knock off some of that low-hanging snow.
Yeah.
Um, and check your insulation. Make sure
Yeah.
your insulation's still solid up there.
Yeah. And I think no, those are all great points. And I didn't even know that about you said nylon sock, was it?
Yeah, just nylon stockings. They do have the like industrial ones you see, or if nothing else, just pair of pantyhose.
Yeah. Yeah. So just knock on your neighbor's door and ask for a pair of pantyhose, and they'll think you're crazy.
Yeah,
No.
stuff it with salt and throw it up on your roof.
um. Oh, also too, when you're using the roof rakes, and chances are you're going to be using the roof rakes before the ice damming occurs, because that's when you're going to try to remove that snow from the edge of the roof to prevent that ice damming from forming. But even while you're doing that, be careful because there still could be some icicles in there. So while using the roof rake, maybe stand back 3 or 4 feet at an angle
Yeah,
past the edge of the roof. That way, if anything does fall, you're not going to run the risk of an icicle going through your shoulder or something.
those icicles, deathsicles as I call them,
Yeah.
are a sure sign
Yeah.
that there is ice damming going on, and
Oh
we're
yeah.
seeing them a lot
Yeah.
right now. Just everywhere you go, you see these monstrous icicles hanging down.
Yeah.
There's going to be water pooling up on top of that.
Yep. And it's funny because like that's all I look at now when I'm driving, because we've been making this kind of the topic of a conversation this week. And I feel like every business I pass, that's the first thing I notice. I'm like, who's got the worst ice dams up there, And
Yeah.
and you're right though, you don't see it as much in fact, you don't really see it at all on a flat roof.
You
Just because
can, you still can,
you can, yeah.
but it's not as common as seeing them on steepled or peaked roofs.
Sure, sure. Cool. And if anybody has any stories if they would like to share, maybe past winters where I don't know, hopefully nobody like lost any of their gutters or anything like that.
Yeah.
But if you have any pictures or any stories that you want to share with us, feel free to leave it in the comments as well.
Yep, absolutely. Additionally, want to say I would recommend everybody check out your attics. If you're smelling anything musty, smelling anything wet, call us here at SERVPRO 716-646-6684, and we can schedule you guys for a moisture examination.
Yep.
Determine if you have leakage coming in, if you may already have mold growing,
Yep.
because you may not notice it.
Yeah.
You may have some liquid up there, but it doesn't get down to the living
Yeah.
spaces. Come spring, at the very latest, you're going to start getting the mold growth.
Yeah.
And you're going to start getting those respiratory issues. So give us a
Yeah.
call. You have
And
nothing to lose.
perfect. And you really can't lose with a free estimate. I mean, it's
Absolutely.
better to be safe than sorry. As opposed to just making your own decision on it and then putting it off for several months. You could have gone from, spending maybe a few $100s to a few
Thousands.
$1,000s. So, if something seems off or you notice any type of moisture, like Don said, in your attic, definitely give us a call. We can definitely get somebody out there.
Yep.
And the moisture meters are always a great thing too. I noticed you mentioned that. That's kind of like the first approach. We can kind of determine where the water's coming in from and go from there. So, awesome. Well, I think what we're going to do now, let's go ahead and jump right into our wheel of names. See who our lucky winner is. All right, who do we got? 680.
Scroll down. Scrolling. People on this.
Yeah, but it wasn't connected. That's why.
Pop over the auxiliary list.
Oh, technology really loves me this morning.
It's one of those days. 680 is Nicole Gang at the Krolikowski Agency.
All right, congratulations. If you're watching too, we'll drop you off a double prize. And if not, me or Don will drop off a single prize for you in person.
Absolutely.
Everybody be safe out there this week. We expect you to all be outside this afternoon taking care of any ice dams. No. But just keep an eye on your place, know the right signs to kind of look for, and if you have any questions or concerns,
Yeah,
feel free
give
to
us a
reach out to
call. And if
us.
you guys just want a roofer recommendation, hey, I
Yeah,
got these big ice blocks up my roof, but I don't want to get up there to take
yeah,
them off. Who can I call?
yeah,
We got a list of people.
yep,
We got some good recommendations we can forward to you guys. Just give us a call.
yeah. We know quite a few subcontractors. So,
Absolutely.
great guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Have a good rest of your week, and we'll see you here back next week at 10:10.
If the computer allows.
Yeah. Hopefully we don't have any mic issues next time. But all right, guys, we'll talk to you later.
Bye, everybody.